The upcoming matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 17 represents a critical moment in the late stages of the professional football season, carrying implications that extend beyond a single game. As the regular season approaches its conclusion, contests such as this one take on heightened importance, shaped by playoff positioning, competitive momentum, and broader evaluations of organizational direction. This meeting brings together two teams that have followed different paths through the season but now intersect at a point where preparation, execution, and strategic discipline will determine the outcome. From a broader league perspective, Week 17 games often serve as a dividing line between contenders refining their postseason form and teams seeking to assert identity or close the year with credibility. This contest reflects that dynamic. Houston enters the game with a reputation for resilience and tactical adaptability, while Los Angeles arrives with a roster capable of explosive performance yet still striving for consistency. The contrast in styles, coupled with the stakes of late-season football, creates an environment in which every possession carries added weight. Houston's season has been defined by steady improvement and a growing sense of cohesion. After navigating early challenges, the team has demonstrated a capacity to adjust to adversity and capitalize on opponent mistakes. The offensive unit has evolved into a balanced operation, blending methodical drives with timely downfield opportunities. This flexibility has been a central factor in maintaining competitiveness as the season has progressed. The Texans' offensive approach emphasizes efficiency and situational awareness. Sustaining drives through controlled execution has allowed the unit to manage game tempo and reduce defensive exposure. Short and intermediate passing concepts are frequently used to establish rhythm, while selective vertical attempts aim to exploit defensive overcommitment. This measured approach has been particularly effective in late-game situations, where maintaining possession and controlling field position often proves decisive. On the ground, Houston's running game plays a complementary role rather than serving as the sole focal point. The emphasis lies in keeping defenses honest, forcing opponents to respect multiple threats, and opening opportunities through play-action concepts. Success in this area is less about overwhelming volume and more about timely execution, particularly on early downs and in short yardage scenarios. As the season reaches its later stages, this balance becomes increasingly valuable against opponents preparing for playoff-style football. Defensively, Houston has relied on discipline and collective effort, rather than depending solely on individual brilliance. The unit functions through assignment, soundness, and communication. The defensive front focuses on maintaining gap integrity and generating pressure through coordinated schemes, while the secondary emphasizes coverage consistency and minimizing explosive plays. This approach reflects an understanding that late-season games are often decided by limiting mistakes rather than producing highlight reel moments. The Texans' ability to adjust defensively during games has been a notable strength. Halftime adaptations and situational substitutions have allowed the unit to respond effectively to opposing strategies. This adaptability will be tested against a Los Angeles offense known for its capacity to shift momentum rapidly. Maintaining discipline in coverage and controlling the line of scrimmage will be essential if Houston is to dictate the flow of the game. Special teams also play a significant role in Houston's overall profile. In closely contested games, field position and execution in the kicking game can tilt outcomes. Houston's emphasis on consistency in this phase reflects an understanding of its importance during late-season matchups, where margins for error narrow considerably. Reliable execution here reinforces the broader team philosophy centered on reducing risk and maximizing opportunity. On the other side of the field, Los Angeles enters the matchup with a different set of strengths and challenges. The Chargers possess an offensive identity built around aggressive downfield concepts and the ability to generate points quickly. This approach has produced impressive performances, particularly when rhythm and timing align. However, sustaining that level of execution over a full season has proven challenging, contributing to fluctuations in results. The Chargers' passing game is the centerpiece of their offensive strategy. Vertical routes, layered concepts, and spacing designs aim to stretch defenses both horizontally and vertically, when executed effectively. This system places significant stress on opposing coverage schemes and creates opportunities for rapid scoring sequences in the context of a Week 17 matchup. Such explosiveness can alter game dynamics quickly, forcing opponents to adjust their game plans on the fly. Yet, reliance on explosive plays carries inherent risk. Inconsistent protection or miscommunication can disrupt timing, leading to stalled drives or turnovers. Against a Houston defense that prioritizes discipline, Los Angeles must balance aggression with patience. Establishing early rhythm through manageable gains may be essential to unlocking deeper opportunities later in the game. The Chargers' running game serves as both a complement and a stabilizer. While not always the primary focus, its effectiveness influences defensive alignment and play-calling flexibility. Successful rushing attempts can slow down opposing pass rushers and create favorable situations in the passing game. For Los Angeles, finding balance here could be a decisive factor in sustaining drives and controlling time of possession. Defensively, Los Angeles has shown flashes of dominance, particularly when pressure packages disrupt opposing quarterbacks. The ability to generate pressure without excessive blitzing enhances coverage flexibility and reduces vulnerability to big plays. However, maintaining consistency in this area has been an ongoing challenge. Missed assignments and lapses in coverage have occasionally undermined otherwise strong performances. Against Houston's balanced offensive approach, the Chargers' defense must focus on communication and situational awareness. Preventing sustained drives will require disciplined execution on early downs and effective tackling in open space. The ability to force third and long situations could create opportunities for pressure and turnovers, shifting momentum in Los Angeles' favor. Special teams performance also carries significance for the Chargers, particularly in a game where field position may dictate strategy. Effective returns and reliable kicking can provide valuable advantages, especially in a contest expected to feature strategic conservatism during key moments. Late-season football often rewards teams that excel in these less glamorous aspects of the game. From a strategic standpoint, this matchup represents a clash between control and explosiveness. Houston seeks to manage tempo, limit volatility, and capitalize on efficiency, while Los Angeles aims to leverage speed, aggression, and scoring potential. The outcome may hinge on which team imposes its preferred style early and forces the other into uncomfortable situations. Conversely, if Los Angeles strikes quickly and forces Houston into a reactive posture, the dynamic shifts dramatically. Each team's ability to respond to adversity will be tested, particularly in the emotionally charged environment of a Week 17 contest. Turnovers are likely to play a pivotal role. Late in the season, teams emphasize ball security and risk management, yet pressure situations can produce mistakes. The team that protects possession while capitalizing on opponent errors gains a substantial advantage. Both Houston and Los Angeles have demonstrated the capacity to swing games through turnover differentials, making this an area of heightened focus. Coaching strategy also factors prominently into this matchup. In late-season games, decision-making regarding fourth-down attempts, clock management, and situational play calling can have outsized effects. Each staff must balance aggression with prudence, considering not only the immediate outcome but also broader postseason implications. The psychological dimension of this game should not be underestimated. Confidence built through recent performances can influence execution, while lingering frustrations may resurface under pressure. For Houston, maintaining composure and trusting the process that has guided recent success will be essential. For Los Angeles, channeling urgency into disciplined execution rather than reckless play could determine whether potential translates into results. Weather and travel considerations, while often secondary, may also shape the contest. Late-season conditions can affect passing efficiency, footing, and overall tempo. Preparation and adaptability in these areas reflect organizational professionalism and attention to detail. Traits that frequently distinguish successful teams in December and beyond. From a broader organizational perspective, this matchup serves as a measuring stick. For Houston, it offers an opportunity to validate progress and demonstrate readiness for higher stakes competition. For Los Angeles, it represents a chance to showcase capability and resilience under pressure, reinforcing belief in the team's direction. As the game unfolds, individual moments will collectively shape the narrative. A critical third-down conversion, a timely defensive stop, or a decisive special teams play can alter momentum and redefine expectations. In a Week 17 environment, such moments carry amplified significance, often remembered long after the final whistle. Ultimately, this contest embodies the essence of late-season professional football. Preparation meets urgency, strategy intersects with execution, and every decision carries consequences. The Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers arrive at this point with distinct identities and shared aspirations, each seeking to assert control and emerge stronger as the season nears its conclusion. The outcome will reflect not only performance on the field, but also the cumulative effect of months of preparation, adjustment, and resilience. In that sense, this Week 17 matchup stands as more than a single game. It is a reflection of organizational philosophy, competitive character, and the relentless demands of a league where success is defined by the ability to perform when it matters most.